let's talk about some good news. Anybody has any good news that they want to share with the group? And once again, the anonymous benefactor has agreed to cover your dollar since we're not together, and that will only last until we're back together. Then you got to put in your own money. So it's $1 a holler, and the money goes to polio eradication. So anybody got anything? You could either open up your mic, or you can write it in the chat box, and we'll share it with the group.
Oh, I've got good news. The good news is spring is coming and the flowers are blooming. And when you go outside for a walk, it's wonderful.
Yeah, that is great. That is great. And playing right down your story, Steve Farmer says that you could buy tomato plants at the Jonesboro Human Development Center. So there you go.
Oh.
Everybody needs tomato plants, and it looks like they're $2. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just $2? Okay. Other good news. Anybody got anything?
Good news. Talking about under $2. Gas is still under $2.
That's true. That's true. Thank you, Jill. That's good.
I don't know.
Marty Allen has good news.
All right, Marty.
I wanted to remind everybody that ASU Museum is having a virtual awards ceremony for the ribbon winners of our annual Through a Child's Eyes juried children's art competition. Then go to our Facebook and see that every day this week. Each day we're announcing winners of 2 more grades. That's it.
Okay, that's great. All right.
For those of you who are missing going to the gym, my wife found a great alternative to working out at the gym. I don't know that you can see this or not, but that is a pallet of mulch that she decided we needed at our house. And it's quite a workout to move 65 2-cubic-yard bags around the yard, but one was not enough, so we just ordered the second pallet.
I've done that workout before. It's good.
So
I've paid that trainer.
Amen.
We have found the solution to the gym being closed.
Okay, that's a good point. And
and it's only
don't let it last.
And it's only $2 a bag right now. They're having a special.
Don't let it last too long, Sam, though, because at some point the gym's going to need your membership fees back.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, now that I'm a senior, they only get one check a year from me now.
There you go. Well, if you haven't seen Guy Patterson's news in the chat box over here, congratulations and happy birthday. He just turned 60, and he's expecting to be a grandfather in mid-October. So congratulations to Guy. Excellent.
Awesome.
I have Norm Stafford good news.
All right.
I have discovered we used to go work out regularly, and we found a difficulty, and we didn't do well when just working out without any guidance. So we've gone to YouTube and found something like 30-minute workouts, hour workouts, and so forth, and workouts for seniors and things of that sort. So somebody had told us in a video meeting that one of the ways to make things work well at this time is to kind of keep a schedule, meals at the same time and things like that. So now we have a 1 hour scheduled for workouts, and we do it through YouTube, and it seems to be working. So that's my good news.
That's true, Norm, and I've also, if I can dovetail off of your good news and about keeping to a schedule, I read that it's very, very important to know that 9 p.m. is the time to change from your day pajamas into your night pajamas. That's universally accepted.
Someone does fail. Did you hear that people are ordering more shirts online, but not pants?
That's true. That's true. And please don't show us why. Bill Burnett says hats off to the food pantries that are still working and handing out food to everyone. And John Deacon, John, you're going to have to be a little more specific. Your granddaughter's 3rd birthday, you have 11 teen grandchildren. So
yeah, that's just one of our granddaughters, right?
Oh, okay.
It's her 3rd birthday today over in Memphis, and they're having a virtual birthday party that we can only attend via Zoom, and I'm not happy about that, but that's okay.
Well, at least you're practicing with Rotary, so that's good.
That's right.
So happy birthday to her.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else got any good news? Anything you want to share? This is not good news, but it's news, and I don't know if everyone is aware. If I'm maybe the last one to hear, but I received word from Jerry Brackett that he's leaving. They are moving to Florida. So, yeah, past District Governor Brackett is relocating to the land of golf and sunshine. So we wish him well. It should be within, well, pretty quick.
Yeah,
so,
and grandchildren.
yeah, he said he's 15 minutes from grandchildren and he couldn't turn it down. So.
No, that's why they have their current governor. Oh, wait a minute. This is Rotary. Never mind. I'm going to delete.
Apolitical guy, apolitical.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, we wish Jerry and Marie the best, and we will definitely miss them.
Yes.
Amen.
All right, let's see where we are. And Sam, still work on your census. Get the word out that the census matters, and we've got to get people counted so we can qualify for everything that we qualify for. And while we're getting out thank yous, remember our all the people that are listed on your screen, if you can see that, the people that are keeping this world going right now, and making sure that we get what we need and have what we need to have, the truck drivers and the grocery employees. I'm telling you, they're not paid near enough. When they have to work behind a sneeze shield, that's something. Okay.
Well, and our teachers are doing a yeoman job right now. Unbelievable.
Absolutely, they are. They've been trained well, though, haven't they, Jill? All
Yes,
right.
they have. Thank you.
Well, we are very fortunate today to be joined on this virtual meeting by a Rotary superstar, actually. Richard Churchman, otherwise known as Big Rich, is a past district governor from District 6200, I think is what that is. And then he is a lot of different things, but he is a current person to hear talk about Rotary to the Rotary Club of Jonesboro. And Rich, we appreciate you joining us and wanted to give you an opportunity just to chat with us for a while and tell us what's going on in the world. Rich, are you there?
He muted himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna unmute.
There you go.
That's that little thing that as you get older that you can't figure out right away.
Yeah.
That's a nice picture of me. I took that last November, and look, now I'm looking a lot older with this beard and all that. Anyway, and that's probably about 15 pounds less of the COVID-19 weight program that I've been on here lately. Thank you for allowing me to talk a little bit about today. And, Brian was talking to me a little bit and said, I wrote down some things, and excuse me, I have to put my glasses on here. He said, what is the community needs assessment? How do we stay connected? What is Rotary all about? And he gave me just a couple of ideas, just thinking about it. And just for starters, how long is this is the Jonesboro Rotary Club? Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. So how long has that club been in existence?
100 years this year.
100 years this year. How about that? That's great. So in that 100 years, I'm sure most of you have read what the object of Rotary is, right?
Yes.
What is the object of Rotary? In one word.
Service.
Service.
Service. You got that right. And so the object of Rotary has 4 different types of points to it. And it says, and the object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise. And in particular, to encourage and foster what? The development of acquaintances as an opportunity for service. That's your first one. Then secondly, high ethical standards, what? As an opportunity to serve society. And I'm paraphrasing this. I'm not going to read it all for you guys. And then third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And then lastly, it talks about the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a fellowship of business, professional persons, united in what? The ideal of service. Yes, you're right. It has to do everything to do with service. And so in these times, what can we do as a club in service? Well, there's a lot of things. First of all, we need to stay connected, and that's what you guys are doing here, which is great to have this go-to-meeting platform. I bought the Zoom platform through Rotary, and it got 20% discount. Did that, and we're going to try that out for our Rotary Club meeting tomorrow. But when you say, "Ooh, that's nice," I can see a lot of people there. So, hey, Brian, right in the middle. Was that strategic for you? Right down in the middle. So I attended a few webinars and stuff, and you're talking about how are you using your social media? Well, you obviously are going to meetings now every week. Are you doing, do you have anything like ideas like a virtual happy hour? I saw that a Rotary Club was doing a virtual happy hour. Instead of having a Rotary Club meeting, they have an evening where they bring your own booze, BYOB, and have a, yeah, there you go, Brian. You already said, aren't you? John, too. So that's a pretty neat idea, and that's just to have, if people don't have time, yeah, I see you, Jill. And so, folks, if they don't have time to join the meeting in the daytime, right in the middle of the day, they might be taking their midday nap, from being in isolation. You can have an evening meeting where you can talk about and tell stories and stuff. Then, one of the great things that we have here is that, my club does happy dollars. Okay. Do you folks have happy dollars where you talk about good news? I saw people writing on the chat, good news. You should be charging for that. And that way, oh, you do? Okay, good. I didn't see that you did, but, happy dollars or happy bucks are a great way of getting the news around. And then you can ask members and guest speakers to record a short video. Like I'm doing it live, but if you didn't have anybody that could make it at this time, you could ask somebody to do a short video to present. And then, you have a person in your club that does like a social media takeover. You know what that means? That means having a member that take the reins on your club's social channels, whether you have it a website or whether you have the Facebook, your club's on Facebook, or whether you're on Instagram, and be able to keep everybody abreast, whether everybody's sending that one person the information and then that one person dealing all that information out. So just some ideas to stay in, maximize your social media around here. And then, I guess, how do you get connected to your community? Well, most people, that's a no-brainer. How do you stay connected? So we engage through service to stay connected, okay? And now you say, well, we're all at home. Well, that's where you use the social media deal. But choose a local charity. I, for one, every lunch hour, I'm missing today, but every lunch hour, I go down to the Salvation Army, and I volunteer an hour to go down there and give meals out to the needy. That's one of the things that our Salvation Army is doing here. Yeah, you saw how I took off my glasses, Brian, when you took that picture there? It has the ability here to take a picture of your screen while you're doing this meeting as well.
Yeah. I'm illiterate.
All right, that's okay. All right. So we chose a local charity like the Salvation Army, and that's what we're doing. We're taking turns with our volunteers. Our members, our club is not as large as yours. We have a 70-member club, but we do have times that we go down there and volunteer our time. You know, if you coordinate with a local hospital or a nursing home, you know, whether you can send some care packages. Right now, I wouldn't think they would be accepting them. But, you know, the meals program is definitely what we're working through at the Salvation Army. You can do create some much needed items. How many people have seen online how to build masks? You know, you can sew masks together. My wife has been sewing masks. We got a buddy of ours, one of our kids, we call her one of our kids that lived with us for a few years. That's a orthopedic surgeon up in Texas, and they don't have any masks. Whatever. So we sewed up about 50 masks and sent them out there. Something in front of their face is better than nothing. Of course, it's not an N95 mask, but just some ideas of how to get some things done and help out the people that need it. Challenge your members to gather donations from around their house that they have right now, and to later on to give it to a local thrift store once this pandemic is over with. You know, just to get some ideas. Doing service with your club, thinking outside the box on how you can get your club members involved, all right, is a way of keeping Rotary alive in your community, especially during these times. Now, I like this one the best, and it says host a virtual story time, So have somebody read some children's books, okay? And I know that there's a club in California doing this, and they donate them to the local library, where the local library can have children's story times where kids are read to virtually through online, and you can do it through your Facebook page, your website, and also just to be involve more folks. These kids are stuck at home and not in schools. They can have children's stories being read to them. I really like that idea. And then you know, support your local business needs. If you see a local business that's struggling, find ideas of ways that you can help out. I thought all those were very good ideas. Those are, in fact, a lot of these ideas I've been gathering out from different webinars and Zoom meetings that I've been attending. And the one that the Zone did with, who was it? That was our RI, our coordinator for public image, Elizabeth Yusevich did, and did a wonderful job on that webinar. You can find it at rizones30-31.org, and so together we stay connected. They have some really good ideas, and in fact, that's some of the things that I got here. Now, this is a little bit more corny for me. I don't do a lot of letter writing, but you can start a chain letter, and with the different clubs, right? In fact, it says start a pen pals program where your clubs write to each other through snail mail. I'd rather have a much faster situation than do it through emails, but you know, that's just a way of doing something different rather than the same old, same old. Visit other virtual clubs. I know that District 6940, where I was a president's rep last year, is the Panhandle of Florida. That zone is having the speakers that are coming in, like R.I. Mark Maloney was their speaker this last week. They've got Rotary Foundation trustees that are coming in, directors that are coming in, big Rotary speakers telling what they're doing, what's happening in the Rotary world while we're all being isolated at home. And then, you know, start a Rotary board buddies. And the board buddy is that take your Rotary board, your leaders in your Rotary club, and have them assign 4 or 5 people that you go and you talk to, and you connect on a weekly basis, especially those, you've got 40 people that attend this meeting. Well, that means you've got 110 others in your club that are not being reached on this club level. So, you know, keep in touch with them, phone calls. You know, that's one of the best ways that we got our club to increase our attendance was to just make weekly phone calls. We'd have 5 or 6 of us get 5 or 6 names and of those members that were not there, and just tell them, hey, just thinking about you. I didn't see a Rotary. How are you doing? And, you know, that sounds corny, but overall, we got our membership, our attendance rate went up to 80, 85%. during a 6-month period because we were doing that. Now it was under one president, and then unfortunately they dropped in the next one, and well, our attendance hadn't been that great so far lately. But now it's down to 0. That's why we're going to start our own Zoom meetings tomorrow. I see John, Deacon there smiling. But Rotary is about service and finding ways of serving each other, serving the community. You can find ideas out there. Man, I was thinking about it. I also went on to the Learning Center here, and I was thinking, Rotary, my Rotary. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to get into that. I said, it's not that hard. I went into it really quickly today, and I went into the Learning Center. Can you guys still see me? I'm just kind of cruising on my computer here. And right up underneath Learning and References, you got the Learning Center and webinars that are available with Rotary, and you can make those part of your webinar. Go ahead. It's got topics on, let's see, application share, huh? All right. I did it. You can see it there. So under Learning Center, when you bring it down, My Rotary, you've got the Learning Center here, the webinars over here. You can learn by each topic: membership, fundraising, projects, starter club, public relations. There's such a plethora of information that Rotary puts out there, and they really, that went in after our 2016 council legislation, where we invested over a couple of $1 million into our website and information that we could find here. The Rotary Foundation had some great information there. But learning and reference and also go in there and find your Rotary Global Rewards site. Let's see, under Manage, I think way over here, Rotary Global Rewards over here, you can sign up. I get all my copies at reduced prices for my business because I use the Rotary Global Rewards through Office Depot. And just, there's so much to do out there. I know I'm getting off tangent here. I did have also a presentation here. Let me see. I'll go in here. I had but you have to, let's see, that was my charity navigator and all that. All right. So, right there. Okay. So, did anybody have any questions? I could give you a notable moment in the Rotary Foundation history if you guys wanted it, but I've already spoke probably 10 minutes, and I know Brian said 15. How does everybody feel about that? Do you know what some of these dates are, or would you like to go through that or not? How about raise some hands? I see some people here. Would you like to see it? Let me see. Right here. All right. What happened in 1917, John? Tell me.
1917. That was the foundation was created.
That's correct. All right. And that was Arch Clump and Atlanta Convention did it. Right. So what happened in 1930? Anybody? All right. First award, $500 to the International Society of Crippled Children.
Oh.
That's the Easter seals now. Okay. And if you did some digging on that, the International Society for Crippled Children was started by Rotarian in 1919, and then in 1930, the first award was given to them, which is now the Easter seals. What happened in 1947? Somebody died that was instrumental in starting Rotary.
Oh. Paul Harris?
Paul Harris died. All right. But Paul Harris dies, and the Paul Harris Memorial Fund is started, which is our Paul Harris Fellow Awards. So what happens? What were you Rotarians asked to do?
Yeah.
To donate, to pay $100 a year, okay, $25 a quarter, and in 10 years they would become Paul Harris Fellows. So what happened in 1957? The first award was given, a Paul Harris Fellow Award. Now this is a great year, 1965. That's the year I was born. In fact, on Friday, I will be 55, 1965, 55 in 2020. Matching grants and GSEs were started, okay? So matching grants, now we know them as global grants, and GSE, we pretty much, that's our program where we call it BTT. 1978, the 3H grants was started, the Health, Hunger, and Humanities. Does anybody know why we started those grants or what led to those grants to be started? The polio vaccinations. Polio vaccinations that were started in the Philippines were started in 1979, and Rotary started this large grant to be able to fund them, to give them the money to be able to inoculate all the children in the Philippines. 1979, that's where it happened. 6 million children were immunized. 1981, permanent fund was established. We know it now as our, what's our permanent fund? Our endowment fund, okay? Now, last thing I'll give you here, 1985, Polio Plus was launched. Most people would know that. Actually, your club has been around 100 years. 1987, the Peace Fellows program was started. In 1988, everybody else, the World Health Organization, the CDC, Global Polio Initiative was started, Eradication Initiative was started. They're all, when they saw how much money we raised for Polio Plus launch, 120 million was our goal. We raised nearly 250 million. They came on board. 1999, Peace Centers were founded where we have our 50 or more postgraduate programs in peace, developing peace in 7 different universities. 2004, every Rotarian every year, and the Arch Clump Society were started. And lastly, I'll give you a Foundation Future Vision pilot. We were a pilot district. I was the foundation chair for our district during that time. And of course, in 2013, we rolled out that program. So anyway, just to give you a little bit of information, I know I wanted to give you a little bit about social media. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Rotary Foundation, make it a little bit interesting, give you some facts, but I'm open for questions here if anybody would like to. Let me see. How do I get rid of this now? Share something else, draw tools? No, I want to get out of there.
You want me to make you, are you through presenting what's on your screen, Rich?
Yeah, I am. You can take me off of there.
I'm going to make Brian the presenter again then.
Good, thank you.
Hey, I've got one more for you for 1987.
Okay.
I bet somebody else on this call can guess that.
I know that.
Marilyn knows. Supreme
I
Court.
think he went.
Oh, that's right.
That was a Supreme Court decision.
I think Nancy and June know too.
Yeah.
Rotary Club of X, what was it? What was the name of the club? I've met that past district governor several times. It's got a funny name, that Rotary Club, but yeah, 87. And then, of course, let's see, I married my wife in 87. There you go.
There you go. That's good.
I think Sam went on a GSE in '87.
I did.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to?
Brazil, Western Brazil, the wild, wild west of Brazil.
Oh, wow. Yeah, west would be wild Brazil, all right.
And that was that was as a non-Rotarian.
You were a group member.
Yeah.
That's great. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm glad you guys are getting together to be able to talk a little bit amongst yourselves too about what's going on. And man, I tell you, if you pick 4 or 5 members and tell them to send you 4 or 5 facts about them, and then read the facts out loud and try to get people to guess who they are, that's another fun game to do. And then of course, that part of this Rotary where I had those dates, we have a game that we play in our RILA where we do Rotary facts and pop up, what's that, Alex Trebek, that music and all that. So anyway, we have a lot of fun with that. And so I think that's what we're going to go through. Our club is going to start doing, just so we can have some quality time where we can meet together. And I really thank you guys for allowing me to talk a little bit, and I'd love to just talk and chat and see what's going on with you folks over there. I hated that you guys had to cancel your district conference. I was looking forward to coming up there to the Red Apple Inn. I think that's where it was, where the district conference was going to be held. My wife and I were ready to come up there, and we would just drive up there. It's only a few hours from here, from where we're at, just straight up north. But we we were talking about at our district meeting yesterday about our district conference being canceled, and really until we figure out how long this is going to last, didn't know whether we're going to be able to have one this year at all. We're shooting for June, but we don't know yet. Now, George Frey is your district governor. He's not, where's his club at?
In Walnut Ridge. It's Rotary Club of Lawrence County.
Okay. And so, and this.
It's just down the road.
Down the road from where you guys are? Okay. I wondered if he was going to be on this call, on this go-to meeting.
He said he was going to, but I don't see him listed on the participants.
Right.
No.
Right. Well, that's okay. All right. Any more notable dates you guys want to shoot out there, or are you done with the meeting?
Well, our most notable date is 1919, and that's when we started. So it's been a heck of a ride. If you couldn't imagine what kind of year this was going to be.
No, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great year. That's the year my dad was born, 1919.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Rich. I appreciate your insight as to what's going on in Rotary and where we've been and where we can go, and see some ideas of what we can do to stick together, because I think that's important for us to maintain contact like this or any other way. And I really like the idea of an evening meeting.
Right, right. Anything to change it up a little bit and to and to relax a little bit more, and you could have somebody that can tell some clean jokes, and yeah, that's right, Brian. You want to have those, and just to have fun with each other, because you can't do it together, so you might as well do it online.
That's true. That's true. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and go back to the world of dentistry whenever you can. So that's
whenever I can. They've got us shut down pretty much here, and I can work half a day a week. So I worked yesterday and saw 5 or 6 patients, but emergency-wise only. And I don't know what they're doing there in Arkansas, but that's what the public health system has deemed as to what we can do as necessary treatment. And so it's fun sitting at home and playing with my grandkids, but it gets a little bit boring, and I come up here to the office and do some paperwork and whatever I can. But that's all I do is between here and the office, back and forth.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about, gang, what we started last week, and talking about the idea exchange and different things that you've heard of that the community needs that we might be able to do. I contacted both of the hospitals this morning and asked if they had any pressing needs that they were that we could help with, or that we might be able to just spread the word. And again, both of them said, once again, PPE, they need masks, they need hand sanitizer, sanitizer not only for their staff, but they also present those little bottles of hand sanitizer that some businesses have ordered to give away. They use those for their oncology patients, and that helps keep them healthy. And also Clorox wipes. They definitely need Clorox wipes. They can't get enough of them, and the supplies are running pretty low in both hospitals. I got a message from Janice at the health department this morning, or actually yesterday, I think it was, and she said that they need masks. If anyone has an outlet for masks or can help get masks made, she said people don't understand that her agents are still out in the field doing health department assessments and interviews and things, and they're dealing with the public and they need masks. So keep that in mind. One thing I did want to announce to the club, and we'll see where it goes or how it goes, but I applied on behalf of the club for a Rotary International Global Disaster Grant, and those are $25,000 for tornado relief. And we hope that we will be able to get something like that. There will be 200 grants worldwide awarded. We figure that most everyone is going for COVID grants, but we just had a tornado, so we need some help. We proposed that we would use the grant money to buy clothes and books for kids in the affected areas and replace some of the things that they lost. And we'll see how that goes and what the response is going to be. I hope we hear pretty soon. What else is on your mind? What are you hearing the needs to be out there?
Well, Brian, I'll tell you that you jumped on it very good on that. The Rotary trustees set aside $1 million, and they're going to give that $225,000 grants. And yes, from what I've been hearing, most people have been doing the COVID-19 type grants. So I forgot that you guys just had a tornado there, a couple of weeks ago?
Last week.
Miracle that I heard nobody died. Is that right? Or maybe
it's true.
22 people hurt.
No deaths.
Yeah, no deaths.
22.
Right. Do you folks have Disaster Aid USA in that area? It's a disaster international, national, I guess, with the USA branch. We have the chair or the CEO of that company here in Lake Charles. He's a good friend of mine in our district, and they go out and help out with the disaster relief and stuff. I don't know that they're outgoing now because of this isolation that we're in right now, but I imagine you guys are going to need lots of help out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Foresight to be able to put in for one of those grants.
Well, we hope that that we'll get somebody's attention and we'll be able to help our community like we always do in a situation like this. So we'll see. We'll see. Anybody else know of anything going on that people need help? Good. Let's see. Okay. Emily weighed in with a message on the chat that if anyone's interested in volunteering, the food bank could use some help packing family food boxes. So keep that in mind. If you get an opportunity and can go by the food bank and help with that, that would be great.
Similarly, the food pantry needs volunteers as well. That's at 900 West Huntington.
Helping Neighbors, sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see where else we need to go here. Let's see. All right. For those of you that are playing online video conference bingo, we've seen a cat. We've seen 2 ceiling fans today. We've let's see, what else? What else scores points? I'm not sure. Norm's drinking something. So, okay. I think we're doing all right. And the free space in the middle is somebody who didn't check in. We have no camera. All right. Let's see. Anything else for the good of the cause? Let me get to next week.
Brian, I think grandchildren should count.
Oh, well, okay. Absolutely, they should.
I have a cat and a grandchild, but you didn't catch the cat. She just went real quickly. So,
well,
anyway,
Brandon, if you were to drink something, that'd be a trifecta. So I think you're all right.
Over there.
You can see us, but we can't. Can people see each other now? I've got a blank screen.
We can see you, Norm.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see Norm. And Sam just did a somersault, whatever that was.
He's showing the full screen with all the.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Norm,
Well,
we thought you went to sleep a while ago.
All right, Sam. If I don't know how to make me the presenter again, but here's my screen.
I thought I had. Just a second.
Well, I think you did, but something else.
All right.
Hello.
Let's see. Let me do it again. All right. Yeah, I think you just have to, you should, all right, well, here, let me make.
Brian's in the middle of my screen. But I
So
still,
I'm Alice. So
How
I'm
do I
Alice.
bring back pictures?
you're just in the center.
All right, so
Sam's in the middle of mine.
give me 1 second. All right, so now I'm going to make you the presenter again.
Okay.
Okay.
And there we go. Now I'm going to share because I'm just that kind of guy. So next week, we've got a program set up again. This is going to be kind of timely. It's the St. Bernard's Virtual Care Group is going to come on and talk about St. Bernard's Go. And if you've heard anything about that, those are the ones. It started out just to be a virtual meeting on your phone with a doc, but with this COVID stuff going on, they can do a COVID screening over your phone and tell you whether or not you need to go into one of the clinics or to go get tested. So rather than explain too much about what they're trying to do, come next week and hear it from them directly. So that's going to be kind of cool. That's kind of fun. Let's see.
Brian, the governor is working on a live stream for the entire district with the Department of Health. Maryland, help me remember.
Delahaye.
Who?
Delahaye.
Delahaye. Dr.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's
for Delahaye.
Yeah, he's working to put that together. That would be a live stream for the entire, all the Rotarians in our district. I see Hatton's on the call. We might need some extreme technical assistance from some of the experts out at KIT.
Understood. And by the way, we're going to air a Q&A on the COVID-19 Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. on our NBC station. So,
oh, great. That's
anyway, it'll be a whole hour there, and you can submit questions. So
that's good. Sam, you mentioned Dr. Delahaye. She's a big high muckety muck with the state health department, but she's also a Rotarian and in Central Arkansas. So that's great. Okay, our thought for the day: pandemics know no borders, neither should compassion. And if I can get to this screen right here, I will. Is it going to do it? Whatever, it's a bell. So thank you all. Thank you all for participating. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your commitment to Rotary, and thank you so much. We will see you next week. Thanks a lot.
Good meeting.
Thank you.